Hi all, Loz D Punch Out TV. Hope you're well out there on this Tuesday evening. Just a quick video, something a little different, but I've heard and seen quite a lot of channels over the internet and comparing Alexander Usyk to Muhammad Ali. Is he better than him? Obviously, because he's just won undisputed twice in this four belt era. For me, I suppose on paper, well, what I actually saw DAZN do a thing after the fight where they had him as the top fighter of all time, obviously because it wasn't a four belt era when Ali did it, and plus Ali had lost before he recaptured the undisputed title against George Foreman in 1974. Obviously, when he beat when he beat Sonny Liston, it was only the WBA and the WBC, the IBF, and obviously the WBO weren't around then. And obviously, Usyk's former undisputed cruiserweight champion, two-time undisputed heavyweight champion, and not lost. But for me, I suppose it's how you look at it, because this is the reason why I put Maradona on there as well as Pele. I mean, for me, I wasn't around when Ali was fighting. I've seen quite a lot of his fights, but I didn't live through that era. People who did would probably say no, because they may think that the heavyweight division was a lot harder in them days with them fighting 15 rounds and they were fighting more often and so on and so on. And it's like I say, it's for me, it's how I look at it. For me, it's the same with Pele and Maradona. I didn't live through Pele's era. You know, Pele won 3 World Cups. Maradona only won 1. But I lived through Maradona's career and watching him play as a player. For me, you know, this is where I'm going to go with this video. For me, it's a weird one, like I say, because for me in boxing, I would say, as much as I love Alexander Usyk, fantastic fighter, for me, has achieved everything. But for me in boxing, I would say no. Ali, for me, is the greatest fighter. Well, for me, he's not my favourite fighter. Hagler is. But for me, I think he's preferably the greatest fighter. Some say Sugar Ray Robinson, another guy who didn't live through his era. But for me, I would have to say Ali is the greatest fighter out there, there's ever been. But like I say, contradicting myself a bit because I didn't live through that era. But for me, for what I've seen of Muhammad Ali's career, he combed through the whole of the heavyweight division twice. Now, Usyk's beaten everyone, but for me, I still think there's good fights out there. To cement himself as an all-time great up there with them, I would like to see him fight the likes of Ajit Kabayel and Joseph Parker, Frank Sanchez. But really, he doesn't have to do anything. But for me to cement him up there with the likes of Ali and the greats like Joe Frazier and all them and other people before that, I would like to see him fight on a little bit more, but like I say, it's not for me to call that. But for me, he is Ali is the best heavyweight for me. I think. I don't know what you lot think. Like I say, it's how you look at it. Like I say, I've lived through Usyk's career. I didn't through Muhammad Ali's, but for me, Usyk is the best heavyweight I've seen. He's not my favourite. Lennox Lewis was my favourite, but on paper, and as the facts, statistics stand, should I say, really, Usyk is the best because he's done it unbeaten, and it's a 4-belt era. And then when you look at football, then again, it's like I say, Pele won more World Cups than Maradona. I didn't see Pele play. I've seen matches with him in, fantastic player. But for me, Maradona's the greatest footballer I've ever seen. He's the greatest footballer I've ever seen lace up a pair of boots. Phenomenal player, absolutely awesome. But then again, he only won one World Cup. But there's always been that debate: is Maradona better than Pele? For me, I would say yes, but on paper, you would have to say Pele because he won more World Cups. I don't know. It's quite a tricky one, really. I've gone off boil what I'm saying about it, but for me, just to wrap this video up quick, I would say Ali is the greatest heavyweight of all time, and as a footballer, I would have to say Muhammad Ali. As a footballer, I would have to say Diego Maradona. But like I say, I've seen a lot of channels comparing Usyk to Ali and other fighters, before that, Jack Johnson and other fighters. I don't know, it's an hard one. Let me know what you think. I was just thinking about it then. But I suppose it's whatever. It comes down to whatever you think, I suppose. But peace out. I'll catch you very soon.